Hey, welcome to the SUP podcast, NYC. Okay, let's do that again.
was that jazzy ass intro?
I know.
Hey, you're listening live to the podcast.
SUP podcast. Bust your ass. You ready? Start from the beginning.
Yeah, I'm keeping this. Go.
All right. What's going on, guys? This is SUP podcast episode 135. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Lawrence Deloach. Also, I have two of my favorite people in the world, Chris Cheney.
What's up, guys?
And Luke Trovisi.
Hey, what's up, Lawrence?
Hey, I don't know why I'm doing this stupid ass voice, but I'm done with it. We got a lot to get into, man, this week, man. You know what, man? I was perusing Instagram, and I happened to see that LRG is bringing back probably one of my favorite hoodies ever, the Dead Serious hoodie.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I don't know if did you guys have that hoodie?
I did not, but I was aware of it because of Kanye.
All right, well, all right, yeah, that's okay. All right.
I did not have it, but some of the hypebeast Asian kids in my school definitely had them. And
Dude.
I had the discount mummy one that you could get at PacSun.
Jeez, Louise.
Yeah.
When I say that was, I mean, I've gone on a lot of memorable goose chases in my life for sneakers and clothing. The Dead Serious hoodie was one of those things that I just remember, man. I remember Kanye, like you said, Kanye had the red LRG Dead Serious hoodie, and I think everyone was going ape shit for that. And I think it came out in, I think, if I'm correct, 3 or 4 different colorways. And I remember there was the teal one, there was the black, there was the red, and I'm not sure if there was purple. I
got the purple right here.
I don't know, because I think there was, I don't know if that was one of the OG colors. I do remember the blue, the black, the red, and the teal. I don't remember if there might have been a 4th. I don't know if it was purple. And I'm not gonna say it was purple, because I don't know. I just remember the 3 off the top of my head.
So I was aware of the. What? No, go.
No, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, so I was aware of these, but I caught on late. So I think, like, once I decided to try to educate myself on the space, that's maybe like 2008 or 9. I think that's when I first saw these. It was because of that picture of Kanye wearing them at like some McCartney thing. Mm-hmm. But this was too I guess insider to reach me at that time. Like, being outside of Boston, this was not like, kids weren't wearing this. Like, no one knew what the fuck this was yet.
All right, dude, when I say being a kid, a New York City kid in college at the time, who was super, like, man, Kanye, like, this is why I always say, man, what Travis Scott is doing now, Kanye was doing, 15 years ago. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
If you saw Ye in some shit, it was like, yo, I gotta have it. And I remember, dude, it was like Thanksgiving break. I was home. There was Jimmy Jazz. I was going to Dr. J's. I remember I got the black in a large, because they didn't have any more extra larges. The red was, because it was the Kanye color, the red fucking Dead Serious hoodie sold out everywhere, right?
Right.
And the blue and the teal one was like the kind of, like, it was like, okay, I guess, if I'm gonna have one, I'll take it. But dude, when I say, I'm not even lying to y'all, man, I think I called every Jimmy Jazz and fucking Dr. J's in Brooklyn, Manhattan. I was just like, I gotta have this Dead Serious hoodie. And it was one of those things where it kind of, like, it was one of those things where obviously you couldn't wear it every day. And it's a special hoodie.
You can't. This is once a week, maybe.
Once a week. This is fucking, that's maybe like, it became my Halloween costume every year.
Yeah.
I would go to Chipotle and get like $3 burritos. And if you had to wear a costume. So I was like, I'm going to be the Dead Serious guy. And I think I was dead serious guy from 2000, you know, like I think it was like 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Like I was wearing that hoodie because that would be the only time I would wear it. And but at the same time, it was the chase. So to see LRG like retroing the hoodie, I think that's it's obviously it's a good thing for the brand. It's just I want to see who gets seated with it and who rocks it, because you know LRG is obviously, you know, they're trying to make a comeback, but I don't know, man. I'm into it. I love it. It's fucking it was fire, man, back in the days.
Yeah, this is a good retro. This is a good pull from history to not only is it such a great callback to a Kanye moment, which all callbacks to a Kanye moment are amazing, but you get to re-educate an entire class of, you know, people who are into this shit, because kids now have no idea what this is, and they're confused why people like Lawrence and I and, you know, Luke are like at least remotely excited. Like they don't understand where the excitement comes from because they weren't here. They were like 5 probably, or less. They probably weren't even born, some of these kids, when this was worn by Kanye.
Well,
it's a crazy thought. Yeah.
It's just so funny, man. Like I said, man, everything like fashion is so cyclical, man. Cyclical, whatever you want to call it. It's a circle. Yes. And I was just thinking, man, I was like, you know, 2005, you were wearing, if you were like super in the loop, you had the Dead Serious hoodie, or you had the Jeezy Snowman Drug t-shirt. Like it was those two were, you know, with some babes.
The Jeezy shit made it to Boston because my boy got suspended for wearing a snowman shirt to school.
I was in college, and I remember wearing I wore the snowman t-shirt to class one day, and I remember one of my professors said, "Why is your snowman so angry?" And I wanted to be like, "Bitch, he sell drugs." Like, you know what I mean? But I couldn't do that, man. It was, you know, but it just brings back memories. And actually, I think I still, honestly, I hoard so much old shit that I still have. I think I don't have the teal Dead Series, but I still think I have the black one somewhere. So maybe
you gotta pull it out, buddy.
Oh, shit. I know. I think I do. I'm not sure, because there's so much show. There's so much stuff from, like, you know, that era, like 2000, mid 2000s, that I still have. I still have some of my old NBA jerseys and like sneakers from the mid 2000s that have obviously died on me. But yeah, man, if I have that hoodie, man, I may not need to cop the retro. So.
Hey.
So actually, it's funny, Lawrence, because you spoke so like livid about this hoodie. When I was like, when I was trying to get links for the show and shit, one of the first links that's high up in the search for the LRG Dead Serious hoodie is an Urban Dictionary entry for the hoodie. So just to read it real quick, because whoever wrote this you actually probably wrote this the way that this is written
in 2008, my guy.
Yeah, it says this is from May 18th, 2008. It reads, "The most coveted hoodie in history." First exposed, what a weird word to use for this. First exposed to the public when Kanye West rocked the sample at a Stella McCartney, which I assume is Paul McCartney's daughter, fashion show. The hype just kept building. Trust me, this is the closest thing to crack streetwear industry has ever produced. And leave it to LRG to once again break new ground. Oh, this is funny, but respect to LRG for sure. The details are sick, glow in the dark, anatomically correct skeleton printed on the back, front. So now it's just sucking his dick, but it's just it's so funny. I wonder, do you think there's like other funny hypebeast Urban Dictionary shit that we could look up?
Yeah, probably.
I'm sure there is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, wait, let's just look up hypebeast real quick, just to get the common lore. Can I type? Okay. Oh yeah, there's a lot of hypebeast shit. Okay,
this one's from 2006.
These are like, damn, these are OG entries.
These are relics. These are like, now these words are in like our entire like country's lexicon.
Yeah, and normal nomenclature. Is that the correct?
Yeah, nomenclature.
Nomenclature. A hypebeast is a kid that collected clothing, shoes, and accessories for the sole purpose of impressing others. Although the individual may not have a dime to their name, they like to front like they are making more than everyone else. Equipped with mommy's credit card, the hype beast will try his hardest to make sure that every pair of Nikes he saw Jay-Z wearing on 106 in Park.
I appreciate that. I mean, this still hasn't changed. I mean, slight changes over time.
14 years though. This is pretty accurate.
The core of the message is still the same. Look up bathing apes.
Bathing apes?
Yeah, like the shoes.
Bapestas.
Oh, I spelled apes wrong. Whoops. Sorry, don't get mad at me.
Bathing AOs.
Bathing AOs. Bathing apes. From 2008.
Yeah.
Oh, this is funny too. Something that Soulja Boy has and haters are angry about his possession of them. They are presumably primates in the shower, but the origin is unknown.
Wow, they didn't even know what bathing apes were at the time.
Oh, literally. Yo, that is funny. Lawrence, give us one to look up. You got it, buddy. I believe in you.
You could do Yeezys or some shit. You could try Yeezys.
Yeezys? Okay.
Ooh, yeah. What does Urban Dictionary say about Yeezys?
Yeezy shoe or some shit. No.
Oh yeah. Yeezy sneaker. I'll try. Yeah,
no, it just says shoes. Like just yeah, you just had shoe. Yeezy shoe.
Jesus.
This says Yeezy shoe, Adidas's overpriced version of Roshi's that was created by Kanye West. This was made 2017.
At the time, not wrong.
No, I get that wrong. But yo, this is funny. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get high later and just Google whatever.
Now look
on
up
Urban
1-to-1 suck. Look at 1:1.
1-to-1 what?
1:1.
Oh my god.
What are you doing?
Who knows?
1:1.
Yeah.
SUCC. I see this all the time on Reddit.
A 1-to-1 suck?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite terms in
okay, I'm not familiar with this.
Yeah.
Term used frequently by our fashion reps in our rep sneakers to express a replica piece of designer clothing that looks so authentic it will result in getting your dick sucked because you look so fashionable. You're an idiot, Luke.
This is a more recent one.
Yeah, this was October 1st, 2018. So the newest out of all the ones that we looked at
is 1-to-1 suck, which I would like to get into the nomenclature of our listeners.
Okay, well, you 1-to-1 suck for sure, Luke.
You mean it?
That's very funny, though. Holy shit. I'm definitely going to do that later. Let's look up all these terms and see.
Absolutely.
Actually, here, this is a good thing for the listeners. If you do this, go on the Discord and then copy and paste your favorite Hypebeast Urban Dictionary entry.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Give that screenshot.
Fun activity for the Discord.
Yeah. And you'll get your levels up.
That's true. That's very true.
I'm at level 17. I'm a level 17 sneakerhead in our group.
That's funny. So we talk about Kanye, like I said, dead serious. Kanye, first dude in that shit, created waves. We actually, Kanye is talking about he's going to be on Joe Rogan this week.
Yeah, which is I think a long time coming. He announced that he was going to do an episode a long time ago. I forget which one. Which Kanye rant / expose. But yeah, they've been talking about this for a while. Are you guys excited?
I'm honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I may have watched Joe Rogan one time. I've never really watched it.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, he watches Joe Rogan faithfully and religiously every day basically. So I mean, I'm looking forward to the sound clips, like the shit that Kanye says that people are like, yo, this guy's legit crazy. But I don't know if I can say it's like 4 hours, right?
It depends. So like, yeah, I'll watch based on a guest. So like, if this one of our friends, like people that we're friendly with from the comedy world, I'll watch. So like, when the scans have gone on, like Tim Dillon, like some of those guys, or people that I'm interested in hearing politically, I'll listen. But yeah, like sometimes, like if he has Alex Jones on, dude, it's like 7 hours. But other times it's like maybe 2 hours because maybe the guest has some shit to
Yeah,
do.
for
So
the
it
most part,
depends.
they'll be like 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
If it's like somebody he doesn't really know. If it's somebody he knows, they'll just bullshit about deer hunting and DMT for 6 hours.
Yeah.
Really? I mean, okay.
Yeah, that's why
it's old white dudes. That's the whole podcast.
You really got to go based on guest.
It's like, oh, my old white dude friends are here. Let's fucking bullshit about everything and smoke weed, you know?
Yeah.
In
When
my
he has
cabin.
when he has the wild cards on though, and Kanye is definitely one of the wild cards, it's usually a good show.
Got you.
Kanye was actually on Nick Cannon's podcast last month on Cannon's Class. It was fucking great. There's one line in there that made me laugh real hard. Kanye goes, "That's what I hate about being a 1 billionaire, because if you go to a Taco Bell, you're not a billionaire anymore."
Yo, dude, Kanye is so funny.
He's so funny, dude. He's the Cannon Class interviews are really good. So if you think that the Rogan one is doo-doo, you could just X out of that one and just listen to the Cannon Class ones.
All right, I'm excited. I actually, like I said, I'm gonna probably give that a spin. Just to see. I don't know. I'll give it a spin.
Because
why not?
I mean, so like just based off like what the Charlemagne interview was, I'm imagining that it's going to be kind of similar. Because both Rogan and Charlemagne.
Why is that, Chris? Why is that?
Because they're both good radio interviewers. Luke, what did you think? I was what?
All right.
What?
I'm just checking on you. That's all.
You're trying to fucking get me in trouble.
Yeah, you do that by yourself.
Yeah, I do plenty. No, but I think it's going to be similar to that because both Charlemagne, although from different areas of life, Charlemagne and Joe have been great interviewers of their time. So I think it's just going to be interesting because they're both seasoned but have no experience with, especially Rogan has no experience with what Kanye can bring to the table. So this is going to be cool.
Yeah, it should be very interesting, man.
Yeah.
I'm scared for Kanye's "Did you ever do DMT" response, because he might just be like, "I hear you, like you do DMT, that's cool and all, but have you ever talked to inside of a sneaker or some shit, and he'll like go into a full riddle."
Who knows, man? But I mean, yeah, it's going to be cool either way. So I'm going to be looking for that Friday for sure.
Friday.
I want to go on a Kanye mini rant right now. I'm fucking upset because I was really excited about trying to get a pair of Union 4s from the moment they released, and I fucking struck out multiple times, and then Friday was the fucking death blow on Sneakers App where I didn't get the Off Noir Union 4, and I'm very upset, and I feel like this is a problem, and I'm fucking mad. I'm really angry. I know I don't sound angry because I know the way I said it. I'm fucking mad. That doesn't sound like a Lawrence like angry voice. I'm pissed that I missed out on these, and it's like you got to realize. I mean, the sneaker game obviously, it's a little, you ain't gonna win everything. But at the same time, I mean, like, goddamn, fuck, man. The moment I saw them shits, I was like, wow, these are fucking fire. Yeah. And for me to miss out, and it's funny because my boy, who he's in the sneakers, and he struck out too, but he said something, and this is what made me realize that, remember I told you guys, I think what makes a shoe of the year, or makes like one of the top shoe of the year, when people who really aren't in the sneakers somehow get in a certain pair of sneakers, like
right.
And he hit me up and he was like, God damn, man, I don't pay resale for anything, but I'm thinking about pulling the trigger on those Union 4s. And
wow.
And, and I said, man, and I'm looking and I'm like, people was like, these are doodoo, these ain't going and already like the guavas are like, in a size 12, they're like $1,200, and a fucking, and these are just gonna like rise. They're gonna be $1,200-$1,300 very shortly. And I'm just upset. I didn't like the way it played out. I wanted a pair.
I feel you. Yeah. I mean, I'm very careful about when I wear mine. I'm just grateful that I have that. you know.
Yep.
But these, dude, seriously, I think these are in running for shoe of the year, like just overall. And they kind of cheated just because of the amount of times you had the attempts to get them and how long the rollout was.
Right.
What do you mean they cheated? Well, how many times?
I mean that loosely. I don't mean like they like got to stay in the limelight longer than most shoes. So like the hype got to stay at a high level for a longer period of time. So they feel more important because
the deadline of release was extended.
Yeah, it was extended. I mean, not only because the blue glove pictures, like that was very like talked about just in the way they were revealed. And then you had the tongue. I think we covered this like last episode, the episode before. Just the general rollout of the shoe was incredible. And then you get the Union drop, then you have all the raffle shit, then you get the sneakers drop, which got delayed, an extra whatever. And it seemed like it was around for so long. Everyone was still talking about it, even, from when the first picture came out till now.
Yeah, that's one thing I will say. A lot of times, sneakers, they, like you said, they do come and they do go. Like they have their one release for the most part, and then it's like, all right, it's over. There was multiple opportunities per se. So I definitely agree with you. And I mean, like I said, I think there's no perfect app. Like there's no perfect way, for a sneaker app to be run, because once again, if there's, say there's, 4,000 pairs on an app, and you got, 400,000 people going for it, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's not going to be. There's no perfect way, but it just feels as if sneakers is just terrible. Like it's just the app itself is like, and the thing about it is people keep coming back for more. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's like,
yeah,
it's like sneakers would, I remember when they did the fucking the Ben and Jerry's, and then that was a Tuesday, and then you like, man, fuck this app, and then you like, but I'll be right back for the Travis 270s in 3 days. So I kind of it's kind of upsetting. Like I said, man, it's not I mean, dude, look at that. I mean, a fucking 12 is 14 is the lowest ask is $1,400, bro. Like, I mean, that is insanity to me.
Yeah, that's really high. That's much higher than because we discussed this guava specifically going up and down. I mean, the whole collection we discussed, but like the pink being the most exclusive one, I didn't even think it would stay this high because like the first couple sales before it came out was like 2,000. But the fact that the 14s at 2,000 now is crazy.
Yeah, none of us saw this coming. At least with immediate release.
Well, we knew that it would get to, I think four figures, but I mean, it's, we're less than 2 months in, and and I mean, if you look at when they first, when the sneakers were released in Union at the end of August, and then people started getting their pairs in mid-September, I don't think we saw this jump happening, like you said, this fast.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's because you remember you look at the Union ones, and now they're at over $2,000 on the secondary market, but I don't think, obviously it was 600, 700, 800, 1,000. It's the game, but like I said, it's frustrating, especially when you want something, and I think that's what happens in this game now. So it's like you get something else that you can flip, and then you be like, all right, well, I guess I'm gonna take these $150 shoes that I can make money off of, and then get the shit I want. It's just the game is like really,
it's a dirty game, man.
It's a dirty game. It really is, man. So
it really is.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound salty about it, because like I said, I mean, I've had my luck with plenty of shoes in the past, and I have, but at the same time, it's like, fuck, man, you wanted a certain pair, and it's like, oh, okay, cool, no shot.
No.
So I mean, there's it's the same thing. Nike's so elusive with their bullshit that, for example, you got the official Nike images of the Off-White 5, the white Off-White 5.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that was slated for October 24th release.
Mm-hmm.
But all we saw was the official images. We didn't see anything else. So no celebrities were seated the pairs. No influencers had, pairs on social media to drive the hype up. So what does Nike do? They push the release back. Why? Because now they've given you an official image. They have you saying, okay, now it's like, okay, let's put them in the right person's hands to drive the hype up even more. Let's have someone rock these, and now we've pushed the release back. So now it just causes you to even have more mass hysteria on the shoes. And it's like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, they definitely. I don't know how they fucked up the rollout on this, because they usually are pretty good, especially with like Virgil shoes. But yeah, I mean, you're correct in everything. They're delayed. And they're gonna be making sure there's a little more hype on these before they come out.
But here's the thing, though. This is straight out of Nike's playbook. We've seen this before. We've seen it with the Sakai's, where they were pushing dates back here and there to
that is right. You're right on that. Yeah.
This is what they do. Like I don't think it was ever designed for an October release.
That's true. I could see that. Yeah.
I don't ever think it was, we're really going to release these on October 20th. No, it was never in the cards. The cards were to get people to drop, like I said, drop the official images, get people excited, and then say, and now, people are like, well, when are they coming out? When are they coming out? And then they drop it. It's perfect marketing, and it like I said, it's another pair of sneakers that Nike is going to put people through hoops for just to get a pair of.
So you got your conspiracy hat on, saying that they had planned to delay it. So that's what you're saying, that like they were like,
I don't think he planned it. I think it just never was. It was never supposed to release on October 24th.
This tinfoil hat has perforations in it. Little holes.
I don't think so.
So wait, because I'm not even like mad at what you're saying. I just want to be clear on how you're saying it. So it was slated for a release date that they knew, and they're like, all right, let's just tell them like mid-October first, and then then we'll do our thing.
And then we'll push it back.
I feel like, like with the Off-White, with the Off-White 5s, the black ones, we knew it was for All-Star Weekend release. But we saw so many pics of them on feet prior, to the actual release, weeks before we knew. And I feel like with this, like I said, if Nike feels like, it's not going to be enough mass hysteria on the sneakers, then they know what they need to do to make shit happen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I said, I've seen it. This is so many times. We've seen this before. We literally saw. We just saw it with the fucking unions.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You might be right on that. I never thought of it as like a planned thing, the way that you're kind of implying that it might be, but I mean, it makes sense. There's plenty of examples. I mean, if we go back to past episodes too, we talked about many delays. Like you mentioned the Sakai one. So yeah, that makes sense. It's just interesting to think about that as a marketing plan. Is the delay?
Oh, totally.
Yeah. I don't like when Lawrence shows us behind the curtain, like what's going on.
You don't like when he got a detective hat on?
No, because he's talking sense.
Yeah.
He's usually the sense of the podcast, though.
Yes, he is.
It's man. It is what it is. But like I said, we look at these. It's just I don't know, man. It's like who DJ Khaled got his pair. Kylie's gonna get her pair. Trav is gonna get his pair, and then we get the Instagram pic, and then we get everyone, hyping it up.
Yeah.
You can't sell the shoe, and I mean you can, but you can't sell the shoe unless this influencer, the celebrity, has a pair first.
Right.
You can't sell it, because it's like, how the fuck will people know that it's a dope shoe to have?
Yeah, Offset's not seen wearing it. How am I supposed to know to buy it?
Honestly,
as a regular consumer.
Yeah.
I don't think Offset is. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't think Offset is a guy that people are like, oh man,
Oh no, I was joking using him. If I was serious,
Oh,
I would have used like Travis or somebody.
oh
But
no, I'm just saying like Offset, yeah, like Offset to me is one of those guys that's like, all right, but like you said, like it's the Khaled's, it's the Trav, it's the Kylie's, it's it's
the
those type of
Biebers,
people.
the Malones.
He's got like Offset's got like one pair of shoes in his hands and one on his feet on his way to divorce court.
He would do that. That's some shit where like any of those Migos guys. The thing about people like the Migos with the fashion shit is like they do anything weird.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, what do they know that I don't?
Mm-hmm.
They just know what works for them. Like silk shirts and like 4 gold chains. It just works for them.
Mm-hmm.
They like Quavo knows what he's doing.
Well, Lawrence, you mentioned that like this is a regular thing by Nike, but I think, going on to our next topic, we can talk about something that's unregular for Nike, which is suing somebody, which is what's happening with the pigeon dunks that Warren Lotus is doing.
Oh my God, we could talk about this for days, man.
We could.
But, I mean, because we had our conversation, we don't need to rehash. But
and it's kind of weird that like 2 weeks later, Nike has that lawsuit. I think, listen, I'm telling you, they listened to us and they went, "What? Sub Podcast is talking about this guy. That's too much."
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, wait, look. Who do you think at Nike listens to this?
I'll tell you who. Let me just look up my list of employees that have our email, that are part of our Discord. You could join our Discord.
Yeah.
Follow.
It's Chris.
Does ZX Runner? Does he work for Nike?
No, we've
Sketchy
met him.
Mike,
He
work for
Nike? They all live here and work here in different things. That's not sneakers.
I met all of them.
No, it's just crazy to think about. They're actually pulled the trigger on one of these replicas. And it took Jeff Staples' cosign to do it.
Yeah, because I think that's comes down to Jeff Staples giving this brand some sort of he gives them the Staples bomb,
like an approval, like a go ahead.
And then that's when they're like, "What? It was fine when he was doing it by himself."
Well, no, it comes to a thing where it's just like, okay, they're not going to touch Bapesta probably because it's too old.
No, they own a portion of Bapesta.
Oh, well, no. I mean, like when they first, I'm saying when it first dropped, they didn't do anything.
I thought they bought up the company almost immediately.
No, of Bape?
Not Bapesta. Not Bape, but like the Bapesta, like the licensing. So they would help make the shoes. And then they were able to get more unique colorways in, which is why they were able to apply that kind of model to the Air Force One.
Well, either way, I don't know about that. You might be right. You might be putting on some shit, but it's just the idea that these other fakes exist.
Right.
With the exception of, I was trying to give Bape the exception because they were like so old, like a long time ago and older. But these guys now must all kind of think they're in jeopardy of making these replica knockoff whatevers.
I don't think so. I think just Warren Lotus was a little bit like everybody in the Discord kind of agreed that he was kind of stupid about how he went about it.
I mean, yeah, for sure.
Because he was producing, I think he made about 10,000 pairs total as far as like across like the 4 dunks that he's done.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it's like now you're kind of able to go into like a bigger legal realm. I think because if you're making like 500 to 1,000 copies of something, you could argue that you're a very small batch artist who's doing like a piece and you're perioding.
Okay. But this is, you're saying it costs crossed like a corporate line.
Exactly. Something like that. Like when back in the day when if you downloaded a certain number of songs on LimeWire or Napster, you'd get into like you get an email or like you get a letter in the mail.
Little finger wag.
A little finger wag that's like, don't do it anymore. We're gonna get you.
I also feel like Lotus was like really like asking for it when he's like specifically calling the sneaker Dunk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
that's also another thing.
That's right there. It's like, come on, bro. Like you're taking shit that Nike's already done, and then you're calling it something that they have, trademarked, that is their thing,
Mm-hmm.
and you're just like the Warren Lotus, Jason Dunk, and it's like, really, bro? Like that's where I think, And I feel like, Staple was, stupid as fuck too for because I think Staple was just trying to get some clout too for, he's chasing, because with Lotus, he didn't have to, co-sign that because now you fucked up your relationship with Nike, and Nike is not coming back to Staple.
They unfollowed him on Instagram, I guess.
They
That's what I'm saying.
unfollowed him on Instagram, but he's still in the documentary.
Oh, the
in
Dunk-umentary?
documentary. Yeah, the Dunk-umentary.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, he still has had one of the most influential dunks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, he's, I mean, come on, like we
Yeah.
that was front page of fucking newspapers.
I mean, people
Right.
pointed that dunk. I think we've gone over this too, but people pointed that dunk for making this culture sort of like a household thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it was the first, like you said, the newspaper headlines, all that shit. It was the first shoe to do that.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's like, I mean, that's like, I hate to say it because this is like kind of like, this is really insider, and this is kind of like, okay, Lawrence, don't talk about this, but like, it's like wrestling, like Chris Benoit, like, what I'm saying?
Shit.
Like you can try to, you can't really, I mean, you can erase him, but people that he's still in the history books. He's been a world champion. He's,
Yes.
he was part of the Four Horsemen. Like, so I understand what you're saying, like Nike unfollowed, and you're like, well, they put him in a documentary, and it's like, yeah, I mean, he, like I said, he's contributed to, this.
Sure.
So you can't just erase him. I mean, you could, but then it's kind of like, oh man, like, oh man, we go from, Tiffany's and, and fucking, all that, and then we don't mention pigeons. Like, you just can't do it.
That's true, but like they had him featured. Like, I don't know if you watched the first episode of the Dunk-umentary, which is what we're calling it now, I guess.
Hell yeah, dude.
But he was featured in, like, the first episode is about the mid 80s, when the Final Four was all Nike sponsored, and then they made the dunks for, like, and it was like a combination of 3 shoes, but the whole thing, like, Jeff was in there and he was like talking about history stuff. Now I understand, like, first of all, it came out, they were filming probably way before any of this Warren Lotus stuff was coming out
For sure.
to begin with, so obviously they have the footage, but I mean, they're like 7-minute episodes, so it really takes no time to just take Jeff and just go, okay, we'll just keep you for just the Staples dunk. You know what I mean? Like, they could have taken him out of that one too.
I mean, I think this just might be like a girlfriend overreaction thing.
I think it might be like they're just putting him in timeout right now.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, we could say that, but I mean, Nike has shown that, no matter how hot your designs are, how much heat it brings, Sean Witherspoon, a perfect example. Like, if they don't want to fuck with you, they're not going to fuck with you. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's a girlfriend being in timeout as opposed to like, yo, dude, like, you wilding out, like, so I'm not going to say that, yeah, it's just a little dust up. Like, I think Nike's really, and the fact that they're suing this guy and tying up Warren Lotus's money and all of this shit, like, I think,
Yeah.
Staple, it was dumb. It was stupid.
Well, my plan for that Dunk-umentary is, because they're such short episodes, I'm going to, like, wait until just watch all of it at once. Probably, like, in the full documentary format they originally had. I don't know why they're breaking it up like it's Quibi episodes or whatever, but
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Luke.
No, go ahead, Lawrence.
I was gonna say, I feel like they're doing that because people's attention spans are very short. So it's like, Quib. That's what Quib. Look at Quibi. Quibi is the same shit. They do like sneaker, like the Lena Waithe gotta have it shit. It's
right.
Same thing. It's quick bites because people attention spans are very short. It's like all right, you have say you have a Netflix 2-hour documentary. Like, yeah, you may binge, but like there's some people who are gonna watch, part of it here, part of it there, like it's just like break it up.
So hold on 1 second while I share my screen. How do you guys feel about
Not only
this?
that, like, the Sneakers app is like where the only place you can really watch the whole thing. So I think it's just, and it's a strategy to get more people on sneakers, like, for longer.
Oh yeah, for sure. They're definitely trying to make that like a real platform, like a social networking platform for Nike.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
look how they try to look how it's interactive. You know, what
Yeah.
what laces would you put in your this, and you know, it's very interactive now.
Which I'm still adamant, don't answer those because we're just giving them free info. They don't need any more. But anyway,
it's true.
no, I wanted to ask you guys. So I got this thing up here that Eric Costin posted, like the promotional whatever. So they have the staple dunk, which you can always call back to like one of the first important shoes of this culture. Then they have the chunky dunkies next to it.
Right.
That is too new for me. That just came out. How is this in the
Travis
documentary?
Scott one's right next to it on top of that.
Yeah, and I don't like them there either.
Okay, well, I mean, let's just be honest with each other. And the new era of SB dunks, right? That, you know, where everyone's going crazy and these sneakers are starting out at 4 figures. The Travis Scotts and the chunky dunkies are the 2 biggest dunks of the year so far in terms of hype, in terms of the fact that they were on sneakers, you know, like it. So yeah, I mean, the Travs weren't even on sneakers, but the Travis, like, you know, because of who Travis Scott is, those were 2 of the biggest SBs this year in general. And just, you know, you could put them up there in terms of maybe top 5, top 7 in terms of height. Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
It's not that crazy.
I was hoping that it was going to be more like, because part of this is like the kids need to know, and I say that sounding old, but
You're
like
old. You're old.
I am old. I am absolutely old in this space, but I don't know. It might be just me, but like these kids don't know enough to like carry the history correctly. And now I'm sounding like wild crazy, I know, but it's just like when they don't know about what happened with the original pigeon dunk, like sure they can learn that info from stuff like this, but other ones, like any ones we talked about before, like the Uncle Dunks, dude, like who that was born after 2008 knows anything about Uncle Dunks? This could have been a great opportunity for a moment to be taught here, and it's not.
Well, I mean, we said there's more parts to this, you know, to this.
That is true.
And I mean,
I think it'll cover everything. It looks very promising, honestly.
And at the end of the day, I mean, when we look at Nike SB, I mean, Chunky, Travs, Tiffany's, you know, Pigeons. I mean, those are like probably like, you know, 4 of the biggest, you know, in terms of hype, like in terms of release. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, they just I get it. They're gonna put some new stuff. They're gonna put some old stuff. You know, so I'm not mad at that. I mean, those Travis, like, you know, people were going crazy for those shits.
All right, here, just to kind of like pile onto this conversation, and then we can kind of move on from the doc. If there was going to be an episode based on one of the dunks, which dunk would you like covered? So, like, say, Staple obviously had like a little moment here. What shoe would you like to get a shine in? Because I would love to see what happened with the Heineken dunk from their perspective.
Ooh. Kruger dunk?
Because that one that's not a bad one.
Kruger dunks. I'd like to hear how the copyright kind of fell out on that, or how the skunks how
The 420 skunks.
Just how who convinced Nike that would be a good idea?
Okay, that's 2 great ones. Those are good.
I mean, I know we have so many docs on Tiffany's, but let's just keep it with them. Like, I think that also, you know.
Also, you could loop in the new one to the old one and see like that if they did that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
With Nicky Diamonds and the shit he did. Well, yeah, man, from the canary yellow limited joints to the black to the white to the fucking OGs to the highs, like, you know, they've had a great run. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to this content stuff, like this, the shows are usually kind of bad, like the sitcom written type of stuff. But I hope that just like, you know, in the way that we're trying to like talk about this shit and also sort of like, you know, document it in our way, that we can get stuff like this because the kids don't know, and without the kids knowing, the shit's not going to carry over well.
Yeah, it's where my concerns for where the culture is going. That's where like at least with like when I bring up the argument about Jordans and Yeezys and all that other stuff, it's like when you start to dilute that history with a million fucking colorways on a Jordan 1, you know, what happens? The kids just see it less as a as this man's the shoe that a man played in, and just like as a Payless shoe, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's I do want to talk about this, since we are talking about docs and shit. We had a text conversation last night, and we talked about this Netflix series. It was the Sneakerheads.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I watched the first couple of episodes. And Luke, did you watch the whole series, or did you watch?
I got through the first 2 episodes. That was all I could get through.
Okay. And then Chris, did you watch?
I didn't watch any of it. All I know is that my friend Chris Vidal, I don't know if he was joking or being serious. It seemed more lighthearted, but he was asking if he should get a lawyer because apparently a part of his life story is in the show.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what part though. I know, like, I mean, he was on Tyra, and like he had some, like, he was the first manager of the Flight Club store in New York. So whatever. I'm sure that but yeah, I'm not sure what part.
It Luke, since you and I are actually at the same place, and it's a Netflix series about, I guess, the underworld, or of sneakers. Is that a good way to just kind of describe?
I mean, I guess so. It's kind of like, it's weird. It's like it turns into like this weird Indiana Jones hunt for the Air Jordan 0, which is dumb. Like,
wait, that's the premise of the show?
Like, basically.
I mean, I don't know how many episodes there are, but we've watched the first 2, and it's about, I guess, it's basically, say for example, Chris, you and I, right, and you and I, we have some weird, we were friends or whatever, and we were in the sneaker game, and we used to do all this shit together. And then I get married, and then you're still in the game, and I got a family, and then you're still getting to me, and you're getting me into these stupid scenarios of like trying to, like, get go to sneaker storage spots and like bid on
okay,
storage,
yeah,
like storage bins that are people haven't paid for, so we can try to cash out and make money.
right?
And I'm spending, my wife hates you and the sneaker world, and now we're on this zany mission because I'm $5,000 in the hole because I tried to get a sneaker storage lot, and I got to get, so now you meet some random you meet some random girl who
she's good with the phone.
She's good with the phone.
Okay.
She's a fucking reseller, and she's got all these connections with Flight Club and this, and she knows the celebrity. And
you're gonna go to this person, and you're gonna tell them this, and then you're gonna say this, and then you're gonna get these.
yeah,
okay.
And then it's like, and then it's
and
like,
then your dumb friend goes, "No, we shouldn't do that. We shouldn't do exactly what we were told to do." Because
wait, am I the dumb friend, or is Lawrence the dumb friend?
So basically, there was I guess in episode 2 there was a
Did you typecast me as the dumb guy? You made me the dumb guy on purpose?
We're good at casting people. That's all.
There was a scene in episode 2 that was like, it was so upsetting, where the fixer, that's what I'm gonna call her. She's like a fixer of things, it feels like.
She's the plug. She hooks everybody up with the shoes that they want.
Yes.
Okay.
So she told the guy who's $5,000 in the hole.
She told me.
No, shut up. Just listen, Chris,
okay.
Because now you're ruining the moment. All right.
All right. I'm sorry. Go.
She told the guy, she said, you need to go to this, I guess, this video shoot, and then go grab a pair of off-white Jordan 1s. Because when you grab the off-white Jordan 1s, then you will be able to take those to Flight Club and the one of the guys is going to give you $5,000 for these off-white Jordan 1s.
Right.
Am I saying it right, Luke? Is that?
Yeah, that's about it. That's about what happens.
But what happens is the friend, then when they're at this video shoot, he then he persuades the guy who's $5,000 in the hole to go get the Red Octobers, which are just sitting on the table as well for this video shoot. So he somehow lets him talk him into getting the Red Octobers because they're worth more money.
Okay.
which this is all of this is already feeling fake as fuck.
Because you already have some of the hypest shoes in all of sneakers.
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like some sort of like gambling story that they just like retrofitted to sneakers.
I mean, that's what it feels like. It doesn't feel like there's like, that's my problem with it. Like, this guy had a clear addiction to sneakers in the beginning. Like, it's in the first 15 minutes of the show is that you know that this guy had a sneaker problem.
Coke problem.
And then he goes, but it's like, it's almost it's the point where it's like, dude, it's too obvious. It's too obvious that the guy has like a sneaker addiction, and it's like, it's not believable in a way, because it's like his friend doesn't really like, his friend's not really a friend either. They're all kind of shitty.
I mean, once again, I don't know how many episodes there are, but it felt like, you know, and I've gone on record as saying that I feel like there isn't a actual portrayal of sneakers. There is not a actual representation of this industry that people have been part of for years. It's either you come off as, it's like either documentaries that portray these people as like losers and like you know, like
tryhards and all that,
tryhards, or you have this kind of like fake story. And I feel like so many people want into this industry. Like, so many people are, I'm a sneakerhead, and you know, and then people see like they see this and they're like, oh, I can make so much money off of this game. And I feel like, you know, and then I just feel like it's just never truly believable. And it's like they use so, like, for someone to really understand this or really get into this, I feel like you got to be a person who understands sneakers, because there's so much inside terms that are used improperly, and it's so. I didn't really like it, but I'm gonna watch it.
I'll keep giving it a shot if Lawrence gives it a shot. But like, I'm telling you, I don't like any of these characters. They're all doing really like dumb shit.
All right, you know, I'll watch. I'm in. All right, now we got a pod review segment now of sneakers from Netflix.
Here's what you're supposed to do. All right, you want to make a real good sneakerhead character in like a show or something. You give it. So make it like a CSI or something, and make one of the forensics guys a sneakerhead.
Okay.
And then he's able to figure out different things about, like, he's able to help solve some of the murders off of his knowledge of sneakers.
Oh, so he sees like that is a Air Jordan 3 sole here. So we need to find somebody that seems
somebody with an Air Jordan 3 sole. Oh, but we're also seeing a couple hits of denim in there. Okay, so something a newer model. You know, like we're seeing denim fragments in the. I'm just saying, man.
SCSI, the sneakerhead version of this thing, dude.
Yeah, that's like an anime level. Like, you know how like anime does that thing. So Lawrence, in anime, there's a thing where a lot of the times,
oh my god,
a lot of times there's a trope where characters have really they know how to do one thing really well, and they take it to like its literal extreme. Like, there'll be guys who are like, I don't know how to do anything. I just know how to punch really good. And then he can punch everything. And that's how he solves all of his problems. This is how this character will be handled. He just knows sneakers. That's all he knows.
That's all he knows.
And that's how it gets him out of every situation.
Luke, I tried to do a character, I think, in the single digits of this show called the Hypebeast Hunter, where it was, who's the guy who died? The Stingray? I'm blanking right now.
Steve Irwin.
Yeah, he was Steve Irwin, but he was just hunting Hypebeast sneakers.
Hilarious.
I think we have a show, guys. I think we can write a better show.
We could probably write a better show than this.
Well, all right. I'm going to watch now. I'm going to watch with you guys, and now we're going to have a little powwow every pod about this horrible show. We're going to do one episode each pod.
So get to episode 2. Get to the part where the scene with the Red Octobers. Get angry. Wait a week. Then finish episode 2.
Yeah, because that doesn't even make it easy. They really just crammed the sneaker shit in there, because not only would, first off, there's no video shoot that has a fresh pair of Red Octobers right now. They're all too beaten up.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, they're really just trying to shove everything in here. You got Red Octobers, you got Air Jordan Off-White ones. What were some other sneakers in there?
They put the Concord 11s in there. And they tried to, like, they sold it to some kid who didn't know anything about sneakers, and they sold it to him for like $600.
Oh my!
They
So
already-
there's encouraging scamming young
That's
kids.
what I'm saying. They're like,
Oh
they,
my
they
God.
treated this kid like shit, and I'm like, you're supposed to be the protagonists of the story. I'm supposed to like you, and you'd fucking scam this white kid out
I
of.
mean,
out
look,
of
that's
$600.
pretty real. That's a real.
Mhm.
No,
I'm
that's
sure that
also
happens
real.
all the time.
I'm not saying that it isn't, but it's also like, but why? You know, like it's just because you just keep putting yourselves in, like they keep doing the wrong thing, and it's like
Yeah.
it's just gonna go down a shitty path. Like you
Mhm.
already kind of see where the end of the season's gonna end up.
All right. Well, I'll watch. I'll circle back with you guys. I guess. So through episode 3, and next
Yeah.
week, and we'll talk.
And
Mhm.
and they got like mad people fired already. They
Okay.
ruined the song. They've ruined the plug for everybody.
All right. Well, I'm excited.
Yeah.
This is like, okay, this is gonna be funny. I feel like because some of the other like media I listened to, they were doing like power reviews, and it got so bad that they were watching to see how bad it got. I'm gonna go in like this. I'm gonna watch something real bad and
Yeah,
pick it
strap
apart.
in, buddy.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, man.
Wow. Well, I mean, I think we're closing in on our time here. Yeah, now I just committed to watching a bad show every week. This is great.
Yeah, this is like the last time we did this was The Last Dance,
Yes.
Mhm.
and
A lot of documentaries coming out since The Last Dance, by the way. Real quick. A lot of guys putting a lot of stuff together.
some hot docs.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. What about Hypeless Heat? Final thoughts and out.
Anybody got one?
I do. Do you guys? If you're not ready, though, I don't want to be the only one. We don't have to.
Lawrence, do you have one? I don't have one right now. I have an idea, but I don't really have one.
You can go first, Chris.
Okay. I mean, I'm keeping it in the spirit of Boktober. I'm also keeping it in the spirit of not only shoes that are good right now, but in the basic theme. I feel like me and Luke kind of try to cover the basics as much as we can, but I'm just going to go with the Reebok Club C. A lot of Club C has been coming out this year. Like Jound has one. Sneeze did one. Just keep it. This is like super simple. This is like equivalent to like a Stan Smith for Reebok, if anybody is like unfamiliar with what this shoe is. But like this year, I feel like not only was New Balance 992s kind of like up there in like the collaborative releases, but Club C's were getting a lot of love. Like I said, the Sneeze, and the Jound, and then there was that chocolate dipped one.
Yeah,
That one was fire. And there's a couple really good ones, but this is the core. This is the OG right here.
Club C is a great shoe. Can't go
Yeah,
wrong
and
with it.
it's another one. It's $70. It's another one of these ones where it's just like if you're a basic guy and kind of like dressed dad, but a hype dad, like you can rock these all day in multiple pairs.
Oh hell yeah! I'm waiting till I transition into full hype dad mode. That's my dream. Is to be swaggy daddy.
Swaggy. I don't ever say that in my ear again. I never want you to, while I have headphones and speak into a microphone, and call yourself swaggy.
What if I whispered it?
No, that's worse. That's worse.
I'm not gonna do it because Lawrence's headphones are in, and that's out of respect for Lawrence.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, Lawrence, for existing during this moment.
All right, I got one. I'm gonna go a little bit. I'm gonna go a little bougie on this one.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go Visvim, the Lamo Folk beaded suede boots. So the moccasins, basically, the Visvim moccasins.
Okay.
We don't really talk about moccasins on here because they're a pretty goofy shoe.
You know, we don't actually talk about Visvim a lot either, but
Visvim's always been on my radar because they did like a photo shoot with like John Mayer in like 2012 when he was reborn as like just a weird dude.
oh wait, was it these ones you were taling about? Not
Yeah,
these.
these
Oh,
I
these.
was
Okay,
talking
yeah,
about.
nice.
So I enjoy these. I don't own a pair because I just can't afford them, but I always appreciate seeing them on the street. They're a pretty versatile shoe as far as like how fits go. And the quality of the suede is very high quality. From my friend owns a pair, and I've seen him and I felt him, and yeah, man, they're probably one of the better moccasins out there. Because if you're gonna go moccasin, you should go all the fucking way and make it feel like it's like it's before times.
Yeah, I mean, I know someone who has these. He also has expensive taste.
Yes.
And these do fucking crush in the summer when you can really let the whole thing be seen.
Yeah.
That is a flex and a half. So, good pick, Luke. That's what's up.
Thank you.
I think I'm just gonna go with some Timberland 6-inch, the wheats.
The
Oh, my
classic.
man, going back to the roots.
Back to the roots.
That's the New Yorker in here.
Dead ass B.
Yeah, dead ass.
Dead ass my guy.
Starting to get cold, you know.
Facts.
You gotta
Lawrence
have
is going to be wearing the dead serious hoodie with the dead ass boots. You know what I mean? He's going to be dead head to toe.
That is correct.
God damn.
Mm-hmm.
I love these shoes, man. They're really, you know, when I was younger and I couldn't afford these and I was getting lugs, I was hating from the outside. But once I got my hands on my first pair when I was like 17, yeah, I was like, oh no, this is a life-changing shoe.
Yep.
Look, I can't say anything too particular.
You're not a fan.
No, are you kidding me? I love these. I'm surprised
Okay.
Lawrence brought these up because he's like not like the real Tim guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Tim. Yeah, as far as Tim's go.
But what I will say is A-Life has something coming out with Timberland soon.
Bro.
You guys should pay attention. I can't say too much about it, but it's fucking fire, and I can't wait to wear them. They're so fucking sick.
Okay, I can't wait to see him.
All right.
I'll tell you guys off mic, but also just you want DM me on the Discord, and I'll probably tell you. Or maybe I won't. I don't know yet. But these are all great picks, guys. That's what's up. All right. Any final thoughts before we go?
Nothing.
Nothing.
New York early voting starts this week, I believe.
Thursday, right?
Yes. So if you're in the New York area and you want to go vote, go vote. Do it now.
Look,
Get it over with.
I mean, do the right thing, but also if voting for Kanye is your right thing, then go for it. But do the right thing. You know what I'm saying?
Do the right thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to think. Yeah, I guess that's it.
Yeah, why force?
Yeah, no.
I think we had a good episode.
Yeah, this was a great episode. So you could follow us at the Sup Podcast NYC Instagram, which there's an email and a phone number that you can either text or leave a voicemail to, or you can email us questions. We answer all these on air if they're worth it. Don't. Some of you guys be sending me funny shit. Don't. I'm not gonna play that on the air, but they're funny for me. So if you want to fuck with me, that's fine too. But they're not getting recorded on here. But yeah, so you can follow at Trevisus, Luke, me at Not That Chini, Lawrence is LZD325. You know, the Discord, there's always a link in the description. I don't know if you guys, for the YouTube viewers, I always have like articles up for when we refer to some of the topics. I'm going to start putting those links that we use in the description. So if you want to get like more informed based off the things that we're reading, go to the description. They're going to be in there. I think that's about it.
Sounds about it.
Sounds about right.
So, all right, guys. Good pod. Fun shit. And then I guess we'll talk next week about Sneakerheads on Netflix.
There we go.
Peace.
All right, peace guys.